Wait, what is this? Not huge news, but pretty funny. Oh, I heard about this. DoorDash, the food delivery app based out of San Francisco, is requiring all of its non-delivery employees, including CEO Tony Zhu, or I don't know how you say that, but to do a dash once a month. And some employees are seemingly furious. I kind of love that. Okay. I am an advocate for this. I think this is a good principle to have. Good. I have been doing DoorDash for 2 months, and this is a good thing. The app sometimes is unusable, and the map API is garbage. Yeah, no, I'm in IT. If I had to do a dash, I would quit tomorrow. I mean, dude, straight up. You guys think it's a stupid policy? I don't think it's a stupid policy. I think it's a great policy. As an engineer, I would quit. No shot. No shot. I think it's a fucking great policy. Here's why it's a great policy. Are you ready for this? First of all, I think doing an entire day of dashing, no matter what level of like rank you're at in the company, is good. Why is it good? Because you get hands-on experience. Even as an IT person, you get hands-on experience with like what the fucking main workers are doing, the main value generators are doing. So you become a better IT person as a consequence of that. It's not about even building empathy. It's actually efficiency too. I've unironically said this before. I've like made this argument about Uber and shit before. You know? You're acting like IT isn't a value generator? No, no, no. All part of the workforce in a company generates value. Weirdos, obviously. But the least technical part of the value generation machine that comprises the largest part of its workforce, the largest part of its labor force, is the dashers. Okay? I mean, undeniably so, right? I don't think you guys disagree with me on this. I think this is a great idea. I'm not even kidding. I'm straight up on board with this. It's awesome. Maybe you should try some hard labor once a month too. Sure. What do you want me to do? I mean, I do hard labor inside of your mom every night. That third degree burn was brought to you by DoorDash. Mod chat once a week. Motherfucker, ask the mods. I mod chat every day. I'm literally moderating throughout the entire process. What are you talking about? I ban more people than the mods do. That's why I always tell you to be nice to the moderation team. Okay? Because they are the ones who are your salvation from the inevitable perma you will probably receive from me. Okay? Be nice to the moderation team. They themselves are chatters just like you, but they also have... What is this? MHUD? You should go magnet fishing with someone who has a magnet. I don't mod shit. Yeah, MHUD like 3 mod actions the past 2 years. Yeah, Michael doesn't like to moderate. The only time out of the three, one of them was, what was it about women? Allowing someone to say, it's like saying Amazon should start having back-end engineers do deliveries. While it's good PR, it seems inefficient and unnecessary just for some clicks on Twitter. I mean, I think the executives and the management should absolutely do it. But if we're talking about like unrelated fields, or not unrelated fields, but like other parts of it in general, I can be convinced because you're in a completely separate sector. I don't think it's bad overall, but definitely executives, like straight up, and not one day. I think executives should have to fill a quota of dashing. Like everyone in the fucking everyone in the office, everyone in the front office, everyone in the fucking executive side should absolutely do like a week. And the higher up on the ladder you are, the more days you have to deliver. Also, you need to do one fucking delivery, guys. It's not that big of a deal, I think. An engineer with a reported total compensation TC of $400,000 a year griped about the responsibility of having to do a once-a-month delivery. What the actual fuck? I didn't sign up for this. There was nothing in the offer letter / job description about this. God damn, dude. You can't be delivering once a month, dude. You can't be doing one delivery. I love people saying, not if you don't have a car, dude. Yeah, obviously, if you don't have a fucking car, you can't do it, dumbass. What do you mean? They're not going to be like, hey, you don't have a car, but you have to what? Like fucking find a bike? Hold on. My mom is going to break my door if this keeps up. No, that's not why I yelled to try to figure out why you were breaking the door. Hasan, we have to use scooters and bikes to deliver food already. Lol, lol. I guess if it's in San Francisco, people probably use bikes and shit as well. But what if you don't have a fucking bike? What if you don't have anything? What are they gonna do? Or you're just like, hey man, you have to. LSF mod response to you, I think. This thread has been approved and is going nowhere. Other threads were removed because they didn't comply with our clickbait rules. Titles should be accurately descriptive and less of an opinion reflected on the post. Joke titles are only allowed if it's abundantly clear that it's a joke. Additionally, submissions whose title contains excessive caps, emoji, exclamation marks will be removed. The thread that people have linked as a counter-argument title, Hasan tries to bait myth into a terrible take and gets rolled by common sense, should have 100% been removed, and it was our mistake, as at the time we didn't see much sense in removing it. However, a few days after that transpired, we decided to be firmer on clickbait rules. Removing a days-old thread is rather pointless, so we didn't remove it, but we're now being much more consistent and objective with this rule. Again, this thread isn't going anywhere. I feel like that makes it worse, but hey, I mean, great. I'm still mad about the Millionaire Gone Homeless video yesterday. I wanted to throw my work chair last night. That was one of the greatest videos we watched on this broadcast. But I do think that, like, I absolutely think that, like, working in the distribution facility or some shit like that absolutely helps you develop a better understanding. I don't have an issue with this. I think it straight up will make the company a better company overall. It'll make executives understand what they're putting workers through. I don't know. It's good. I really don't see the ones that don't have car will do customer service / driver service. I don't see a downside of this is what I mean. You know what I mean? I don't see a downside of this at all other than It's an excuse for not listening to the feedback of the core workers. All this could be resolved if they actually took the feedback and made changes, but they still won't make those changes while making everyone dash. I mean, it makes it likely. I agree. You should work there for a week. I mean, I don't work at DoorDash, but if I did, I feel like it'd be, I'm trying to think about it from the point of view of like what I've done in the past, and working at the Young Turks. I didn't know shit about the production side of things, but trying to get a better understanding of the production side of things as a consequence of like working with the production staff, like with the producers, and actually fucking developing or like putting, cameras and stuff together, lighting and stuff together, straight up made me develop a better understanding of the content and like how to do it. I think that like working on all aspects of a product. So many people in chat self-reporting that they believe this work is beneath them. Like, I think working on all aspects of a fucking company that you work for straight up makes you a better worker. I'm not even kidding. Makes you a better manager, makes you a better executive. It will help you understand what you are offering, what the product you're offering. The only reason why this is an issue is because people are alienated, right? So, because people are alienated, you think, well, why the fuck? I don't even give a shit about becoming a better fucking worker, right? Becoming a more efficient worker, because ultimately it doesn't help me personally. I'm not going to make more money because I became a better worker. The fucking random ass bosses elsewhere, in another country even, or in a city over, who have ownership over DoorDash, they're going to make more money from me becoming a better worker or understanding the different parts of the production, the service that we're offering. If people actually genuinely saw the benefit because they were personally invested, right? Or because they did not lack alienation, because they had a meaningful percentage of the ownership over the means of production, then they personally would not have a problem with this kind of trade-off within the division of labor every now and then, like doing one fucking delivery. If you owned it, you would truly see it like a family, okay? That's the point. People love talking about like, oh, this corporate workplace is a family. This corporate workplace is a family, right? It's not. It's not a fucking family. There's no bossing around that kind of dynamic within a family. But if you actually truly had ownership over your own means of production, if you truly owned a piece of the company in the sense that like you had a meaningful share where you could actually make decisions on what happens within the company and all that sort of stuff, then yeah, you wouldn't mind doing that. You wouldn't mind doing that at all. Because yeah, you're getting a better understanding of other parts of the family. I hate it when we had meetings at Target and boss would say that. Damn, I come back and you're actually giving great takes. Hell yeah, brother. What happened? The downside is hating liberals even harder than you did before. Most people bitching about moaning are the same people championing workers' rights because rightists don't work at these big West Coast companies. What? And yeah, this is not even about being a good leftist. This is like literally being a good person overall. Being a dasher has to be better than being a political canvasser. I mean, I've done political canvassing. I think, but it's fun overall. It's a fun experience. My mom works at biotech, and every employee has to do customer support once a month. It's also helpful for the customers because then they get to talk to the people that actually work on the products they're calling about. Who are the SA Andes talking to? I don't know. How the fuck is it the engineer's fault or the IT worker's fault that the dashers get fucked on? Has a junior programmer? I have my hands full with dog shit hours and crushing spirits. I'm not saying it's your fault, dude. But you're the one who's like, this policy is indefensible. I don't think this is an indefensible policy. I think they're doing it for PR, which is fucked up. I think it'd be better if they made, like, however higher you are on the corporate ladder, you have to do more. That would be even better. Because at least in that circumstance, then you're like, at least in that situation, you're like, well, I'm in IT, but like the guy above me, my manager has to do even more than I have to. You really think you have it worse than the Dashers? Yeah, no one has it worse than the Dashers. Get the fuck out of here. All your mods you have to stream in your place one day, then they will be a better mod. What? I don't understand why people who are in the chat who would also love to be a fucking moderator, okay, themselves, put these kinds of fucking takes out there. It's like the same energy as like, chatters, you should actually pay your chatters. Like, you are being entertained and maybe even educated by me, okay? The dynamic there is not, you are not my worker, okay? You owe me nothing and I owe you nothing, okay? Shut the fuck up. If chat just did their dash instead of writing essays in the chat, they would have been done for the month already. True. Wait, like, how does a chatter become a mod? Is there a process to volunteer? Not really. We just like, everybody in this community sees like who is a productive chatter, you know, who's a part of the community for a long period of time, reliable, isn't like, isn't shitting up the place, you know, and then after a long enough time, we just, we just choose together now with the moderation team on like who would be a good mod. I don't want to be a mod. It's just the argument you're making right now. How would a mod not be a better mod if they did not stream? I mean, a moderator would be a better mod if they do stream, certainly. Except for Morgan, who streams and is my worst mod by far. Straight up. The argument you tried to make originally was you should moderate the chat for a day, which I do. So now that argument is like cast aside, now you're like, well, maybe the moderator should, control the stream. It's so good. So fucking good, dude. It's me, I'm Kevin.